Hey, what's up everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to Karpo Gaming and another Dune Awakening video. So we finally made it to the final test. In this one, well, we have a couple things we need to do, a couple of puzzles, but no worries, I got your back. I'm gonna walk with you step by step and show you how you can complete the final test. You know what to do. There you go. Once again, thanks for watching everybody. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. Now, in order to find the final test, it's actually going to be pretty easy if you know exactly where you're going. It's going to be located right here on the ground level out of the Myosa Trial area. So just go over here to this location that I showed you right here on the map and yeah, walk into the cave. Pretty easy. Now, here's the thing. It's going to be a long one, right? There's going to be 3 different tests that we have. One's like multiple choice. The other one, we got to spin some circles. And then the other one, we got to match up some symbols. So it can be a little bit challenging, but hey, that's what this video is for. I'm going to walk it through you step by step. Now, first thing first, we're going to have ourselves a series of multiple choice questionnaires that we're going to have to complete. Here is the first test and all of the answers. Now, instead of me telling you, I'm going to let you hear exactly what you're going to hear. And these are the choices that you should choose. Enjoy.
We are the people of Misr. We have known flight and death. The young go on that our people shall not die. Where did our flight begin? We grew soft, Wali. So God brought us the weight of kindness to prepare for the typhoon. Name the planet where we lost our way. On our wanderings, we came to a planet devoid of gods, where war was constant and violence was religion. Have you learned its name, Wali? We remember the slave cribs where we were held, weeded out, persecuted. Do you remember too, Wali? The thread of the past was carried by word until we found the poison drug. One of the cursed planets was a blessing for our Sayadina. So many planets across so many centuries. Our people broke apart, split, reformed. Some planets we barely remember at all. A long journey, young Wali, but we are almost home. Just one last place of suffering, where our children were taken and made slaves. The time of Mihna has ended. Young Wali, pass within and seek your Ummah.
Alright, sweet. Now that we have completed the first part of the test, which is multiple choice, you can now move on to the next part of this quest. And like I said, it can be a little bit challenging, but no worries, I got your back. You're gonna have a nice little cutscene, and well, this masked stranger is actually going to be joining us on our adventures. So now you have a companion with you. With your companion, you're going to move on and follow the direction that I'm going. There's a whole bunch of different chests that you can loot down here. We're going to make our way all the way over to the second test. I'll chime in once we get over there. Enjoy. Alright, now that we have made it to our next test, there's going to be a series of different lessons that we're going to have to punch these codes into. You can punch the codes in right here, as you can see, just hitting the X and clicking on the next symbols. So I'm going to show you all 3 of the lessons and the answers. Here they are. Punch these into where I showed you where to punch them in, and the door is going to open up. We can move on to the next part of the test. So lesson 1, here are the answers. Then you're going to move on to lesson 2. Then lesson 3, punch those in, the door is going to open up, and then we can move on to the next part of the test, which actually isn't too far from where we are. There are some chests over here that you can loot as well, so go ahead and loot those chests, and then we're going to move on to which is essentially the final test. Now this test is going to be a series of circles that are on the ground. We're going to have to move these and create a pattern. So this is what I want you to do. Once you make your way over here, everything is going to be set in place. I want you to rotate these in a specific direction, and you should be good to go. All right, and we basically are lining up this line and this picture so we can put our blood into it. So for the inner ring, I want you to start with the inner ring and rotate it 3 times. So if you're using a controller, click X 3 times. All right, 1, there's 2, and then here is the 3rd time. All right, and you can kind of see that is lining up these lines right here in the middle. Next, we're going to go over to the middle ring, and we're going to move it 1 time. So we're going to click on X, we're going to move that 1 time. As you can see, this line is moving up a little bit longer. We need to collect the lines. All right, next we're going to go to the outer ring, and we're going to rotate the outer ring 2 times. So rotate it once, there is once, and now we're going to rotate it again, and there it is again. Boom. Now that everything is rotated, you want to come over here to this small little altar and click on the button X for me using the controller, and you're going to get some blood splashing inside of there, all the way down into this little thing that we was, connecting, and voila, just like that, we have realigned the mechanism. Now we can move on to the next part. Now, this part is going to be pretty easy. We're going to have a really cool cutscene, and the guy's going to basically tell us everything that we need to know. Don't want to spoil that for you, but it is really cool dialogue. And after we finish that, we need to finish this quest by coming over to this terminal and using it. Interact with that and collect your loot, and voila, just like that, you pretty much are done. The only thing that we need to do is to find our way out of this secret chamber. Here's the thing, making your way out of the secret chamber, there's going to be a huge bunch of enemies, a huge amount of bullets flying your direction. So make sure you're prepared. Me, myself, I thought it was going to be easy peasy, and it essentially is. It's just a whole bunch of guys shooting at you. So what I did is I actually fell to the ground on accident, and it saved my ass. So you can take out these enemies like so, and after you finish taking out all the enemies and surviving the assault, you will complete the trial. So like I said, if you have any issues like I did, I fell to the ground on accident, which gave me time to heal up, took out the rest of the enemies, and I was pretty much good to go. So boom, there you have it, the final trial in Dune Awakening. I showed you how to get to it and how to complete all this stuff. Now get out there and have some fun. But for right now, that's pretty much going to for the video. Hope you truly enjoyed it. As always, if you're new to the channel, how you doing? Welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll be seeing y'all in the next one.